completely internal. This external following of rules and regulations is an important prerequisite. But real Krishna consciousness begins at the stage of attachment, as Srila Rupa Goswami is describing here. I mean, how can we claim to love Krishna if we're not attached to him? Huh? But most people are more attached to getting some benefit from Krishna consciousness. They want to solve their problems. And guess what? You can solve your problems through Krishna consciousness. In fact, it's better if you solve your problems through Krishna consciousness than by some material activities, because those material activities will create material reactions. But Krishna conscious activities will only bring you closer to Krishna. So that's why we advocate that people chant Viṣṇusahasranāma and other mantras and follow the principles of devotional service to gain relief from the results of their sinful activities, which is what's causing them to suffer. But beyond that, once our problems are solved, then what? There's a class of devotees which are called mixed devotees, who they are some kind of devotees, but they regard their relationship with Krishna as like their relationship with Santa Claus or something. Gimme, gimme, gimme this, gimme that. And the thing is, Krishna, because they are devotees, Krishna will satisfy their desires. Unfortunately, these desires are not good for them because they're material. So we see some devotees, they want money. Some devotees want relief from suffering. Some devotees want, they're curious, they want knowledge. Others want some kind of respect or, a title or position in this material world, whether it's a religious or non-religious. They want some high position or power, or they want some kind of mystic opulence, or they want some kind of advanced knowledge, or, some abilities, impressive abilities or powers. But these are all material. They're all material because they're all in relation to the material body or mind. You see? Only the pure devotees want pure devotional service to Krishna, and they want Krishna's satisfaction, not their satisfaction. Try to understand. Just like the loving affairs of the gopis with Krishna are described that the gopis were lusty for Krishna's enjoyment. Most people can understand being lusty for your own enjoyment, but being lusty for somebody else's enjoyment, this is unheard of in the material world. It just doesn't happen. Well, it does happen in the spiritual world, because the pure devotees of Krishna they lust after Krishna's enjoyment. Try to understand. So the gopis, for example, dress themselves very nicely, and they dance and sing, and they offer so many nice things to Krishna, all for Krishna's enjoyment. So you might say, well, they're decorating their bodies, and these are ordinary activities. No, they're not ordinary activities, because the intention behind them is different from ordinary activities. See, if they were ordinary, they would be decorating their bodies so that they could attract and exploit men. But they're not. They're decorating their bodies to please Krishna. That's the intention in their hearts. See, so you might say, well, I can pretend to be a devotee on the outside, but on the inside, I'll still maintain my material desires, and I'll just satisfy them through my activities of devotional service. Well, that's cheating. That's cheating. It's better to be an honest rascal than a dishonest so-called devotee. To pretend to be a devotee and pass yourself off as a devotee when you really want your own personal advancement, this is very, very contaminated and very, very hypocritical. Because being a devotee means that you love Krishna. And loving Krishna means that you serve Krishna. And serving Krishna means that you want Krishna to enjoy. And wanting Krishna to enjoy means that you desire Krishna's pleasure, not your pleasure. Now the fact is, when we give Krishna pleasure, we automatically get pleasure. Because Krishna reciprocates. Ye yata mang prapadyante. However they surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. So when we give Krishna pleasure, we get pleasure automatically. Try to understand. When we love Krishna, then we feel love. Why? Because Krishna's loving us back. And Krishna's love is so much better than anybody else's love. So if we just love Krishna, Insi was writing today on the forum about this. She posted something very nice, and she also sent me some private emails about it. Very, very nice. That just by loving Krishna, she's feeling so much satisfaction. I want all my students to experience this. How do you experience it? Well, we all know what it is to be in love. We've all had, you know, unless you're Ebenezer Scrooge III himself, you must have some experience of love. So just take that sentiment, take that attraction, take that attachment, and direct it toward Krishna. And if anybody asks me how, by chanting his name. Just chant Hare Krishna. And automatically, over time, as we cleanse our consciousness, we'll be drawn more and more towards Krishna. But it's also helpful to know these philosophical points. What is love of Krishna, and how to recognize love of Krishna, and how we should feel about Krishna if we really love him. We should feel the tremendous attachment, actually exclusive attachment for Krishna.
Story to share.
There's a story?
Yeah, well, it's kind of pathetic.
Who is that?
I want to share.
Oh.
One time I was preaching to a neophyte devotee, and starting to chant around, something like that. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you have to understand, you're a neophyte, you don't really love Krishna, but you're trying to develop this. And he replied very, very full of security. No, Krishna is everything for me. I love Krishna. He's everything for me. And I said, oh, that's very nice. Okay, so just chant 16 rounds. No, I can't. You can only do 5. No, only 5 rounds I can do. And I was like, no, this is not love, you know. Mm-hmm. If you love someone, like a 15-year-old girl, you tell her, think on your boyfriend. It's like automatic. She doesn't even have to try.
Yeah.
It's not an effort. It's not painful. So the same for a pure devotee to chant all day it's great. It's something.
I wish I could just chant all day.
So this is at the beginning. We have a very vague idea of what is to love Krishna. It's completely distorted.
Well, to love Krishna, we have to not have any concerns or issues of our own. We have to feel like I've solved all the problems of life. We have to feel like I've made it. I'm there. I'm okay. There's no outstanding issues or problems or concerns. You see, this is the Brahma Bhuta stage. Krishna talks about Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma na sochati na kankshati. That when the soul is in this Brahma Bhuta realization, that I am Brahman, I am spirit soul. If we really have this realization, we won't have any problems. An eternal, indestructible, pure, transcendental, conscious entity does not have any problems. All problems are in relation with the body. As long as we think that we're the body, then we have problems. As soon as we realize that I'm not this body, then we don't have any problems anymore. Then we can think all the time of Krishna. Otherwise, we're always going to be thinking about our problems. So that's one yardstick that you can use to measure your advancement. If you still have problems, then you still have a ways to go before you can talk about love of Krishna. But if you can say, na sochati na kankshati, I'm not lamenting or hankering for anything, I have no problems, everything's cool, everything's all right. Then you can talk about loving Krishna. And it has some meaning. See, but until you're on that platform, then there's always going to be some mixture. Maybe we love Krishna a little bit, but then we're worried about this and that and what's going to